Hello and welcome to another episode of Magic Farm 3, The Harvest. As you saw in that little clip, I found a spawner which looked to be like a skeleton spawner, although I have my doubts about that. I basically went to get some lava. And in that mine, where I actually mined before, but I guess some zombies came and took my candles, because zombies in this pack can steal torches, not candles, which I guess is kind of scary, except that I played Atonement, where zombies could pillar up to you and break walls, so I am not all that impressed with just torch stealing. But anyway, I went down those stairs again to get more lava, and there were lots of zombies, and funnily enough I found a skeleton spawner. I am quite suspicious about that. I think it might be one of those random spawners that the Dangerous World mod puts down, because there were a lot of zombies, and then there was a creeper that came out of it. So yes, I mean, skeletons would be brilliant, because we can put them in the nether and get wither skeletons. But whatever, a spawner will be very useful, because although I've got the cursed earth spawner over there, I want something where I can, you know, do the killing myself. Not just to get XP, I'm not doing too badly on XP, maybe I can do some enchanting in this episode, finally, but also to give my sword some practice, because as you can see, it doesn't have any modifiers on it, except for the auto repair, which I put myself, and it's clumsy, and it still needs a lot of skill XP to get modifiers. I think this was my own fault, because when I started playing I didn't make a sword, I just used the hatchet for killing things. And so then I made the sword starting with good materials, and the better the material, the more XP points it needs to level up, I think. But anyway, I guess it's 7 AM on this beautiful morning. The difficulty level is 75, whatever the difficulty level units are. I don't know whether that's high or not. It sounds a little bit dangerous, but I'm alive still. And I thought today, since we did so much work on the spawner up there in the last episode, I thought today we were not going to undertake any major projects, just that missing piece is really annoying me. And it's not a full piece. It should be a full piece. I'm sure I didn't use did I honestly use half slabs? I guess I must have. Huh. Yeah, I thought we'll just go around and do some home improvements, you know, because a lot of the systems that I set up, I did them under highly stressful conditions. I wasn't really looking at maximum performance just to get anything. And a lot of them are not, I mean, they're working, but they're not really working as well as they should. So we can definitely streamline things and improve them. So first of all, let's look at this petal here. I did complete the 4 bits. I still haven't figured out what to do about the cobblestone. I mean, obviously it will have to go and be exchanged for something prettier. I was going to make alternating green, brown, but I messed that up and now I can't be bothered to change it, so we'll just have 2 green and 2 brown next to each other. Anyway, okay, these Botania hydrangeas are very loud, so I'm just gonna put the sound, but my sound is already so low, I just don't know what is going on. Right, so I brought the tree farm and the Botania set up more or less up here. This is a much better place for the tree farm because there's something in this mod which makes the saplings, when they fall down, they get planted, which normally is great, you know, you get new trees. But it was turning my lovely tropical island into an oak forest, which isn't what I wanted. So down here they're isolated and the trees just get planted where I want them to get planted. I should really make another upgrade for the chopper so it uses those 2 squares, but it's already got several upgrades in it. Its range is 21. But as you can see, it's producing a nice amount of wood. Everything is excellent, except that really I need the wood to go there so it can be used by the ender flames. And I don't want to have to keep carrying it myself because that is a, you know, a hassle for me and not really very efficient because I keep forgetting to do that. So I finally went and braved the dangers of a new pack, which always scares me. I'm very used to using Ender.io, which is not in this pack, so I went to thermal dynamics, item duct. Oh, they're opaque, yeah. I didn't want to make the hardened glass, but let's see whether this will work. So basically, what I would like is for... I might need to make more of these now that I think about it. And I think for some reason, best known to the pack maker, these need a servo. They're not actually all that difficult, but you know, when you get used to using something, you find it very difficult to change to something else. Okay, so now these have a servo on them. And oh, and the servo is going to need a redstone signal. I'm sorry, but this is just so painful. I mean, why? Why make it need a redstone signal? Unless we can turn that off. Ignored. Ha! Okay, I guess that's not that different from... Alright, is it going to be sending it? It doesn't look like it's going to be sending it. Why? Why not? See what I mean? If I had Ender.io, I would know exactly what was going on. Yeah, this is all very nice, but we don't want this. We want... can I do a blacklist? Oh, a whitelist. Okay. In my whitelist, I will tell you that you should only send this. Well, actually, now that I come to think of it... Okay, this will work for now, but as a matter of fact, this isn't what I wanted to do. So let's take the whitelist out. and oh, I am lost. I'm sure I made a crescent. I don't seem to have a crescent now. I just remembered that I foresaw this problem and I made some drawers. Can I just attach the drawer like this? And can I attach one like this? Okay, that doesn't look very good. Come out. And I wanted this drawer to be apples and this drawer to be saplings. And now for some reason it's not working. Ignored. Blacklist. Well, I guess it is sending the wood over there. Okay, so this is one thing solved, and I already feel rather exhausted. The other thing is that I've just discovered is that these machines can work on RF. They don't need, because right now they need charcoal and they keep running out of charcoal, which, you know, slows down things as well, because I don't notice it and nothing happens until I put in more charcoal. The problem is that, so to make them work on RF you need to put one of these in the fuel slot. So come out here, and instead of fuel, I guess it does this. So now it needs RF power. So how are we going to give it RF power? Well, I made some mirrors, but I also made some solar panels. I made 2 and 1. I'm gonna give this 2 because the problem is the only way I can see of attaching it is here, which is gonna take up some of the slots. But I guess you do what you have to do. So I also made some of these. Oh, and my inventory is a mess. Okay, I don't need that. Let's put this in here and see what happens. I don't know, it just so does not work the way I expect it to. Okay, so this is just a very basic leadstone flux. Don't know why I'm using so much of it. And let's give it solar panel too. I don't know, maybe 1 would be enough, but... And of course it's gone night, so it's not doing anything. Let me just go and sleep. I always forget where the bed is. I should really bring the bed to the middle. Oh, I don't feel tired right now. This is bad. Is it blood moon? Oh, the blood moon is rising. I didn't even notice that. Well, if it's the blood moon, let me go. Where should I go for the blood moon? I actually think that if I stand here, it should be enough. Ah, what a pain. Okay, you know what? I'm going to ignore the blood moon and I'm just gonna keep... No, I'm not going to ignore the blood moon. Oh, is that an ogre over there? I think that is an ogre. I had another ogre in the spawner up there, but it was quite good. It didn't break through the obsidian, so the obsidian and the obsidian reinforced glass is obviously good enough to prevent ogrification. I'm hoping it's not seeing me. Let me just go up here. Oh, I am also hungry. Rotten heresy and chocolate. I have absolutely no idea what that is as an achievement. What, did I eat something? Okay, I'm just gonna stand here. Ah, look at the mana. Look at the mana happening over there. There's a hell of a lot, but I think the red things I can see on my mini map are actually from the spawner up there rather than the baddies. I tell you what, I am going to feed my gecko and make myself a cup of tea, and I'll rejoin you when the blood moon horribleness is over. Okay, I can see the blood moon going down behind that mountain. I think we've survived fairly well up here. I did see some very bizarre creature over there. It looks kind of like a yellow baby elephant. I don't really know whether it was dangerous or not, but I think everything is good. My base hasn't been broken. Incidentally, I looked into the Apocalypse mod because I was wondering, you know, why terrible things weren't happening on the blood moon. So I looked at the config file and a lot of it has been changed. So presumably by Jaded to make it less horrible, less apocalyptic. So the settings are now that you can sleep on full moons and you're not hurt by rain. And the possibility of something dreadful happening on a full moon has been changed from 100% to 3%. So a full moon happens every 8 days, so on average you can expect something dreadful to happen every 240 days, I guess. So it has been nerfed well. I mean, this world is extremely dangerous on its own, so yeah, I'm not complaining at all. It's very good move. The only worrying thing that I saw about the mod is that apart in terms of under the bosses file, it's not just ghosts. I don't know whether it's an update to the mod or whether it's always been that way. I think ghosts are still the most likely boss to be spawned on a full moon night, but there are also things called destroyers and breachers and grumps, and right now I am sort of more worried about my base getting destroyed and me losing a lot of stuff rather than me dying, because I have more stuff in chests than I have on me, you know, or at least I have a lot of valuable stuff in chests I hate to lose. So I'm wondering about setting up a sort of escape site alpha where if the whole base gets destroyed by something, I will leave some supplies, you know, a few diamonds, a few ender pearls, etc, so I don't have to start from scratch. But okay, nothing's happening over here. Of course I get lost and I can never remember which bit is for what. We still haven't quite finished with the Botania setup. I guess we pretty much have. So I left the day blooms down there. Oh, are they still down there? Because I wasn't happy. Yeah, they're still there producing their mana. I wasn't happy about filling this area with dirt. Instead I planted these hydrangeas, which, you know, just for some passive mana production. And when I can make floating hydrangeas, I will sort of maybe make a bigger water feature, do something pretty. So I think this is now working fairly well. Let's see this. Ah, look, it's making power. And this one is waiting, planting. The problem is it can't plant here, can it? Oh, the other thing I am a little bit worried about. Oh no, it's got its oak saplings. So I think this machine is clever enough to prioritize taking the oak saplings it needs for planting before sending them over here, hopefully. Well, hopefully this will work, you know, pretty much permanently without me needing to do anything. My magnet ring is stealing all the coal from the ender flames. I should make another one here. This setup is the same as it was before. Of, you know, this just dropping the coal once in a while. Yeah. So the only thing I want to do, which I can't do right now, is to make this not dependent on coal. So the solution I was thinking of was to make an exoflame, which is a flower that uses mana to power furnaces. The problem is that needs a rune of the fire, which needs nether wart, so I can't do it quite yet. So there is also something in blood magic which I intend to start soon, which a lava crystal, which can sort of do the same thing using LPs. So because when the furnace runs out of coal, it's going to stop working. So we want mana production. But anyway, the thing about, but you know, this is, I mean, this hasn't been here that long at all, and it's already produced quite a lot of mana. And I want to fill up more pools. So for this reason, I made this a mana distributor. And I also made a few more mana pools. What happened to the mana distributor? What happened? Oh, it's here. Okay. I guess I should, let me put it here. And then if I take my wand of the forest, so I think the idea is that these should shoot on the mana distributor. And it will distribute them to the mana pools next to it. Like so. I think that's working quite nicely. So, you know, I get 4 pools filled at the time, which is very nice indeed. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to do while we're at it was this. Just, well, I'm not gonna make any runes today, but so I think that completes the mana setup, and if everything works the way I want it to work, the only thing I need to do is sort out the furnace. Right now maybe I will put a hopper and fill it up with coal, or maybe actually those saplings here could possibly be used as a fuel source, so maybe have the saplings feeding into the furnace from the bottom. Well, I'll think about that, but I think this works much more efficiently than the setup at the bottom, and it also looks quite cool, no? Especially at night with these shooting mana. But look, we're getting pretty much permanent mana shoots from 2 spreaders, which I think is quite nice. Lots of mana, we like lots of mana. Okay, so this is that petal. This is the farm. I guess you got a quick preview of it. It's not particularly exciting. The farmer thing is here. Oh, the other thing, well, I'll leave it. The other thing that will need looking after on all of these is the changing of the tools, repairing the tools, which I don't really know what I could do to make that work. So how am I going to give this RF power? And how am I going to get the produce out of this? See, this is just, I wonder if it can get the RF power from the top. Oh no, it can't, because then it won't have water. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, well, we just have to destroy one of these plants, I guess. Oh, and now I think it's... See, the ideas sound good, but then it turns out not to be all that good. Like this, I guess. Come on, why are you not working? Oh, it is working. And then this here. Okay, I'm just gonna temporarily take the hoe out, just so that this can build up some RF power. And if we go down here, so I also caught some sheep and I dyed them pink. Except one of them is infernal and they all want to kill me. Look at these cute little pink sheeps all wanting to kill me. This is just dreadful. And there is a sheep farmer there that's, well, it's bred them. I started off with 2 sheep, but also it should be getting their wool. Let me repair the hoe while I'm at it. Okay, it looks like this solar panel might not really be good enough, especially at night. So I'm not going to make any improvements. I was thinking of using the pink generator, which I have there. It's very cute, but it doesn't work very well, so I'm not sure if I will end up using it. Okay, this is the farmer, and this is the sheep shearer, which is run out of coal. I am not going to, I guess I could put an RF engine in it, but how will I... how will I do what I need to do with the sheep there? Oh, this isn't really very important, so let's leave it sort of as it is. This is a very cute idea, but I don't really think it's working all that well. Why is it making hearts? Does that mean it's giving me regen power, or is it just happy to see me? Whatever. It's producing 600 RF from each piece of wool in, I think, about 20 seconds. So, you know, it's slowly filling this up, but not really very well. And this entrance is not particularly good. The thing I wanted to do here was a way to output all the food. The farming thing isn't very efficient, but honestly I have so much food I'm not very bothered about it. I mean, if you look in my lunch box, you know, I have lots of meals and I have plenty of meal ingredients downstairs. So I'm not going to do anything to improve it because it's maybe not working brilliantly, but it's working well enough. So we don't want this, we want, maybe it's in my bag, an item duct. And we probably need more item ducts. Yes, I thought I'd prepared for this, but clearly I hadn't prepared well enough. And I will need to make a few more item ducts and things. So ignore the redstone. And there is no blacklist. Oh, so it's, at the moment, it's sending out the spinach. Yeah, this isn't really gonna work, is it? With this path. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm gonna make I need a few more of these, the item ducts, and I'm gonna put these drawers to the back. Okay, so you've sent the spinach. Aren't you going to send the other things? Ah yes, it's now sending out the wheat. Well, maybe I should make it send it like to here, but I guess this will do for now. So I said I was going to make home improvements, but really the improvements will need improving. And finally, let's just have a quick look at the spawner. So I already did a lot of work here because I was worried about it failing. So I'd put in the solar panel on it, but it also has a survivalist generator. As you can see, the leadstone energy cell is quite full, and presumably it will be fuller in the morning. And I made all of these drawers to collect the stuff. Look, we have 35 ender pearls. And we're also getting the common and the uncommon treasures. And as I said, the obsidian seems to be holding against the ogre. I haven't completely finished the roof, the ceiling with the obsidian, but anyway, it will not take much more work to do this. Yeah, it's all working fine. The only thing that I feel a bit bad about is that I was getting all this absolutely fantastic enchanted armor and stuff, and enchant books and blaze powder. I have no idea who was giving me blaze powder, but I decided to switch that off. I'm just wondering whether silver is a good material for armor, because protection 3 and unbreaking 3. Gold obviously isn't, but I think there is a way in Botania of disenchanting things and getting back some of the enchantments, which is why I collected quite a bit of these things, but in the end I gave it up. Because I'm sending stuff, all the stuff that isn't these things gets put in the dustbin. Yeah, but I am very pleased about that. Ooh, and glowstone dust. I am very pleased with all of this. Let's open the bags. Do I have space on me? Oh, I forgot to put this back. How stupid of me. But as you can see, this is the best spawner that I think you can have. I mean, I want to have a spawner, as I said, for XP and for leveling up my sword, like just a normal spawner, but this gives us all the stuff. Okay, let's see what we get. Gold coins, gold coins, gold coins. Oh, and a potion of poison. But an ender pearl and a diamond. Really, I want emeralds. I've already got an emerald, so diamonds are far less useful than you would think. Ah, bottle of enchanting, very nice. Splash potion of regeneration. Oh, that could be useful. And some swiftness. And a lot of money. Ah, and 2 emeralds. Excellent. I'm going to use one of them to make a silk touch, a silky jewel, or whatever it is called. This is a thing that gives you silk touch ability. Okay, so yes. This is the overview of what I've done in the base so far. I think I'm gonna make one of those sort of mechanical. I think I need to start working on getting a jetpack, and one of those there, I don't know what that will be, something. I think that's still not symmetrical, but I just can't be bothered to make it. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.